Hello everybody, today is another special LEGO review. We're looking at a 2019 Ninjago Legacy set. Now I have been doing every single Ninjago Legacy set with the exception of the 4+ sets. For all the first wave of the 2019 Legacy sets, I've done the Ultra Dragon, I've done J Stormfighter, every single one. But there was one set I didn't really buy that time. This set, the Monastery of Spinjitzu. Not the biggest, but the second biggest, with the Ultra Dragon being the biggest. This one here basically describes it. It is the ninja's home. It is the ninja's first ever place to stay in. It is the monastery. So this was first introduced in the first season, and then later it got burnt down by the Serpentine, and so they ditched the monastery for Destiny's Bounty. And then after that, the monastery got rebuilt. They came back, I forgot which season. And now here we are back in Legacy, and we have the monastery once again. Now this is based off the original monastery called Spinjitzu Dojo, I believe. That was the original set, which was half the price of this one. This one is $100, and the original model was around $50, but it only had like the front half of the actual monastery, and it had a spinner. This one here does have different play features, but it has a much variety of figures with, of course, all the ninjas, including Sensei Wu, and it looks more accurate to the show, and of course, more pieces, more details, so therefore it is double the price. But apart from that, yeah, I didn't exactly get this set last year. I just don't know why. But I felt like it was incomplete because I've been doing all the Legacy stuff lately, and this one wasn't on the list, so I felt like I had to complete all the Legacy stuff, and here we are. So, first things first, this is a $100 set. You can convert it to whatever country you're living in. Mine is Canada, and there's different ways you can depict this monastery. You can either use it use it with play features in a different way, or you can display it in different ways, and we're gonna break down that in a second. But first and foremost, let's take a look at the model itself first. Of course, we want to look at the model itself before we look at anything else. So let's get right to it. And here is that monastery itself. As you can see, it is very tall. That I can barely get it in frame. Let me just move this tripod back a little bit. There you go. Look at it. It is a thing of beauty. I love the color scheme, love the way it's built, and it feels like the proper dojo. And because this is based off the predecessor, this feels more complete. The old original model didn't feel complete whatsoever at all, so this definitely makes up for it. Now, before we dive deep inside, let's take a look at the exterior. Mostly we want to admire the front and just how this thing would look like on the shelf. If you put this on display, this would look pretty decent. The only downfall is that you won't be able to see the stuff inside and where all the detailing really happens. You're mainly going to see the front gate and then the tower. So if you ever get this set and consider displaying it, well, I wouldn't recommend putting this on a high shelf, because when you look up, you're only gonna most likely only see the gate, and you won't really see much of the inside. So maybe from this angle, maybe a little higher, and then you can actually, like, if someone's like looking at it, they can actually look down into it and see the interior with everything else inside. So that's why I feel like this looks really nice to presentation, but only in some aspects it is great for presentation for sure. So starting with the front, let's look at the front gate. You see it's got this really nice shrine going on with that gong at the top, and then here's the door itself with the spears on the side. The door is very nice. I really like this build. Of course, it can be flicked open easily. That's a very nice door. And then on the sides, you've got more like detailing with colors and oriented style prints. I really like the build of the roofs here. Gives it the extra texture. That looks very nice. And on the side here, we've got a cherry blossom tree, of course, just to make things look prettier. And then on this side, no cherry blossom tree on this side, but it's pretty much the same build. Right here. Sorry, I didn't notice the camera wasn't there. They've got these really nice, would you call these ornaments? I don't know what they're called, but it's still very, very nice. And yeah, the front gate itself looks very welcoming. Looks very traditional to a IRL Japanese monastery. So that's pretty nice. Now, there are two ways you can actually display this set. This thing can actually come into half. So this will be the full look, the full model. But if you want to extend the monastery, you can just simply detach it like this, right? And then you can not only have more space, but you can actually put your hands inside and give access to the figures, and you actually give the monastery more room. Now, of course, the downfall will be is that the walls here will be exposed. There's absolutely no cover, and in some extent it may look awkward. I get it, but I like how they still kept like a good portion of this. It is even displayed like this on the box. So this technically comes in two pieces, and that's okay, because therefore if you do this, then you can actually, for a kid who is playing with this set, you can actually stick your hand inside and have more playability going on. So I like this diversity very much. I'm actually okay with the fact that you can split this into two. Of course, it'll be a lot better if you attach it together to make one, and then it'll just look more realistic. But yeah, this is still pretty nice. Now that means we can take a look at these pieces individually. So I can just do this, and then we can take a look at the stuff inside the monastery, because there's a lot of different things inside. So let's start off with the front piece here. So let's move this back first. Let's take a look at the front piece here. So this is actually what the original set mainly is. It's this front entrance piece, and the way it's displayed is the fact that it is like you looked at it from the inside. So this is what the original Spinjitzu dojo set actually is supposed to look like. So yeah, definitely added a complete back section to double the price. That's great. Now, of course, there are things here regarding stickers. Yes, there are stickers in this set, unfortunately, but hey, it is worth it. They look very awesome. So starting off on my left here, we've got a training dummy. You just simply do this, and you can fold it in if you want. Just readjust it in however way you wish. This is a very cool and funny dummy, and just perfect for the ninja training. But now you can lift this apart, and then you can see there is a sticker art, and all these sticker pieces here is basically to represent past events of Ninjago, because remember, Legacy came out around season 10 of Ninjago. So everything up to season 10, like seasons 1 to 9, it's all recapped through the stickers here. So for example, this one, we've got the Sky Pirates with the Gene series, and then right here we've got, on this side, we've got the Tournament of Elements with Master Chen and the Anacondri soldiers, and then over here we've got the Rebooted right here with the Overlord and Zane making the ultimate sacrifice to quote-unquote kill himself so he can destroy the Overlord in the process. We only find out later he was alive. And then we got a bush here, very nice bush right there. If you can see, I don't know if you can actually see it, but whatever. And then finally here we can see, if I can move this, you can see the Great Devourer versus the Tornado of Creation. Oh my gosh, right here, Great Devourer versus Tornado of Creation, and you can see the Overlord Dragon versus the Golden Dragon. So the final battle. So it's depicted all the previous seasons of Ninjago on this just single artwork alone. I like that. That's some very nice artwork. Now, what is this, you may ask? Well, this is probably, I'm gonna assume here, a homage to Fruit Ninja, because look, you've got an apple, you've got a banana, you got a knife here, and then you can whack this. Oh, definitely don't knock over the fruit, but I think you can do that. I think that's the intent. And let's say you do that, and you hit this, then you get this exclamation mark. I'm pretty sure this is a homage to Fruit Ninja, because you look, it only makes sense, right? And then this exclamation mark's more like the visual display when you slice the fruit in the Fruit Ninja game. It's like, and then it makes the exclamation marks. So I'm pretty sure this is a homage to them, a reference to Fruit Ninja. So that's very cool. Cool little Easter egg with the set. It's very, very nice. And one more thing before we are done with this side of the monastery. Just want to show you that there are 2 lightsaber handles here. Don't know the point, but it adds up to the overall display. And it's very, very nice. So that is the front entrance piece covered. Now, you would think this is normally it, because this is what the original set is, but I'm glad they've added the entire back section of the set. So I'm going to move this aside, and we're just going to solely focus on the main portion of the monastery, which is this. This, of course, is the better part, and of course, it's my favorite part. Not surprised. So, let's see what we got here. So, first and foremost, I want to just take a look at the roof and the tower itself, because the roof here is a really nice build. I've liked these like little patterns here that's sticking out. It's very nice. Also love the usage of these pieces as the roof tiles. That's very nice. And you've got studs, which is perfect, because then you can stick minifigs on top and ninja to make it look like they are running across the roof, like doing ninja stuff. So I like that diversity. And of course, the design of the roof is very, very neat. Very neat. Especially with these gold, and you've got these things. It just looks very nice. And then we go through the middle. You can see it uses this big flat piece. Completely okay with that. You got these nice oriented window pieces. Yes, these are stickers right here. And you can see the shuriken device through there. I'll show you how to get that in a second. And then we keep going up. You can see you've got banners, you've got another Japanese style window there. Then you go to the very top, you can see it just ends off with one of those like sort of samurai helmet horns. So the tower is a very nice design, and the roof itself is very nice as well. It's just the same on this side as well. Nothing too new there. So the main part of the monastery, very, very nice. The roof is very nice. So now let's take a look at the inside. So let's move down here. Let's start off in the middle, starting off with Sensei Wu's tea. His iconic tea. His teapot right there, and his cups are right there. Makes sense. And then you've got on the side just 2 more stickers with Japanese characters. I don't know what those translate to. Just saying. You've got steps here. You can actually put Sensei Wu just to chill here, drinking his tea if he wants. See, you've got the carpets for him to sit on. The mats, the pillars here, if you notice, look very closely here, you can actually see they use a normal minifigure Lego mug piece to add finesse to the pillars. That's very creative. It's a hidden little secret that you wouldn't really notice unless you get this set for yourself. That is very smart in terms of design. It actually makes the pillar pretty decent. Yes, it's down here as well. You can see, yeah, minifigure Lego mugs. Who would have thought that would have been used for the pillars? That's very cool. Now over here we've got more nice little designs here, and on this side you've got another knife with which almost looks like a bush, but if your ninja hits this, then you can rotate this around, which will reveal the other side of the window that has the Sword of Fire, one of the 4 golden weapons of Spinjitzu. So, again, very nice play feature. I love how this piece actually here looks like a gear, and that's very, very cool. Now, this thing is very fragile, so it's very loose. So occasionally the window here can rotate a lot. I'm just going to show you what it looks like on the other side. If I can just turn the model around. Right here. So here's the other side, the rear end of the Sword of Fire, and then when you hit the blade, it just turns this. There you go. For those of you who want to see how the mechanism works, that's how it's done. So that's only one of many play features in this set, and for sure this one is okay. Definitely not my favorite though. Of course, it's still very nice. So now let's go on this side. You can see this set has 2 more golden weapons. You've got the nunchucks of lightning, and you've got the scythe of quakes. Scythe? I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce it. There you go. Both of them on display right here. Now this thing also has a booby trap, and that is, if you step on this tile and try to attempt to steal the weapons, the windows burst open and shoot out this golden chicken right at you. That is very funny. This play feature, I kind of felt like this play feature was random, but hey, it still adds to the fun of playing with this set. It actually is really fun, and of course the chicken itself is a very nice piece. It's a golden chicken. Who doesn't want that golden chicken? That's really funny. It just is like the way the intention of the booby trap is pretty funny. Now, of course, if you want to see how the mechanism works, allow me to show you. So you can see 2 Technic pins here, and it's just loosely connected like this. The chicken sits in here. Now, you can see this Technic lift arm here is holding it in place so it doesn't like go backwards. And then, simple thing, you just launch it from inside, the windows pop open, and the chicken shoots through. As simple as that can get. Very, very funny, but I find it kind of random. But you know what? It's a welcomely random. It's a random one that doesn't really make sense, but it gives the laughs for sure. So that's another play feature. Very, very cool. Now there is another hidden golden weapon, and that is at the back of the monastery here. Right here, the shurikens of ice, both hidden back here. Now to get this, really, there's no play feature to get it. You just gotta have to like use your ninja parkour skills to get back here and grab the shurikens of ice. Both of them, not just one of them, but except only one of them is on display. That's cool. It's a great way to use up space to display the golden weapons. It's very nice. Now, of course, there's one more thing, and that is this wheel or gear knob. What is this knob? What does it do? Well, let me just show you. Oh my god, it's so hot in here. Sorry guys, I'm sniffing a lot because it's summer and freaking allergies. The pollen is really getting my nose. It's really itchy. So there's a purpose for this gear knob. So I turn it like this. But what happens on the other side? Well, I'll tell you right now. So how this works is I need to get to the stairs, the steps on the teacup. And then once I turn the gears, this happens. The stairs can flip open, and if you lift it up, a knife comes out. So if you ever try to steal Sensei Wu's tea, be warned, it is booby trapped. Sensei Wu will do anything he can to protect that tea. And the tea is booby trapped, and just a knife flings back and forth here. Then you pull it back and then the step gets back. So again, another random but funny play feature to add to the play of this monastery. So yeah, so overall, of course, this will obviously be the better half of the monastery, but I really like the design. I really like the booby traps and the play features it has. It's very funny, and yeah, the design is awesome. 10 out of 10. I like it very, very much. It is very nice, and just the designers really outdid themselves. The set looks awesome. All right, there are a couple more things we gotta look at the set, so let's take a look right now. All right, the other things included in the set, of course, you've got a brick separator. Makes sense because it's a big set. And then we got these things. What are these things, you may ask? Well, we've actually gotten the multiple legacy sets. They've been in the Motor, Kai's Blade Cycle, and Zane's Snowmobile set, as well as Monastery Train. Now, the purpose of these is for your ninja to reenact Spinjitzu, or just any minifigures you want. This is a new piece, and they've got a wheel at the back with studs on the top. Now the whole purpose of this is that you can take a minifig, say a ninja right here, right, and then put it on the ground, the wheel touching the surface, and that very simple thing, you just do this to reenact the ninja spinning, doing Spinjitzu. That is very, very cool. This is a very neat design. And in terms of play feats, in terms of like playing for like a little kid, oh yeah, they're gonna have a blast playing with this. This is gonna be so fun. And this looks really cool. This is a very brilliant, well executed play feature for a scenario. It's perfect. And yes, it will work on bad guys too. Let's attach Whiplash onto here. And I'll just show you. Unfortunately, you're gonna have to be a little bit tighter with attachment because of Whiplash is of course a skeleton, and skeletons tend to be a little bit more fragile. So there you go. To reenact a bow, just like that. That is, how cool is that? You can just do this. Of course, this is not my first. I've seen these mechanics gears before by myself. They do appear in other sets, not just this set. So you may have seen these before, but again, just want to say these are very cool in terms of the idea of it, and it's executed very, very well. So last thing we're gonna look at now are the minifigures. Alright, I'm gonna start off here with the basic 4 Ninja, the 4 OG Ninja, 4 Ninjago. So these guys are what kickstarted the franchise, and we've got off all 6 of them actually, but here's 4 of them here. Jay, Kai, Zane, and Cole. That is awesome. Of course, this is their Legacy outfit. They appear like this pretty much in the majority of the Legacy sets, with the exception of the rebooted stuff, like the Thunder Raider. They have a different outfit, but for the majority of sets, they're all wearing this style of an outfit. Of course, it's pretty much the same. So here's Jay, here's his face, the camera will focus like this, there you go, and then here's the back. You've got, these are all their Ninjago movie faces, just so you know. And then here's Kai, same thing, serious face, not so serious face. Then you've got Zane, again, Ninjago movie face, serious, very smiley face. And then Cole, so again, serious, there we go. Alright, just like that. So, the 4 original Ninja, pretty straightforward, it's what you expected, the 4 original Ninja. And then we have the other 4 figures here, well 3 of them here right now. We've got Lloyd the Green Ninja himself, and we've got Nia the Water Ninja, and of course our beloved Sensei Wu. Same face, same faces, and again these are the same outfits in pretty much all the Legacy stuff. Lloyd here's got a golden katana. Again, the 4 original Ninja don't have their weapons because their weapons are the golden weapons of Spinjitzu. So of course Nia and Lloyd don't have their own golden weapons, so they have to just stick with whatever they have. So Lloyd here is a golden katana, and then that's his, again, his Lego movie, Ninjago movie face, just like that. Very nice. And then of course Nia here, same thing, she's got a spear, of course, because she's a water ninja. Then that up, there you go, that's the face. So the other 2 ninja, and then finally we got Sensei Wu. Come on camera, there you go, Sensei Wu with the movie face again, the more like friendly face that I would assume. And then you got the hat, he's got that kimono outfit once again. This is the same outfit from the first season, with the last time we saw him wearing this outfit. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the first season. That's very cool. He's got his iconic staff, and yeah. So, that's not all. There's one more figure, and I gotta say, I kind of feel bad for that one figure. And here he is. Yeah, Whiplash. Yes, the same Whiplash from the same first season, kind of downgraded. I much prefer the original Whiplash, but I feel really bad for him. You know why? He's the only bad guy in the set. The only bad guy. All the other figures are all the ninjas plus Sensei Wu. And as much as it's awesome getting an original bad guy from Ninjago, to have him return in Legacy, it's awesome. But like, he's the only guy, man. I actually feel bad for him. He's definitely outmatched. He's like 7-1 or 1-7. Like, he is definitely outmatched, and I feel really bad for him, man, because he's not gonna even stand like a minute against these ninja. All 6 of them in a monastery where they train on a daily basis, which has a lot of booby traps. Like, this is one of the few moments I actually feel bad for the villain, for the bad guy. Man, this is gonna suck. But of course, very nice to get at least one bad guy. You know, could really use more, but this is the only one, Whiplash. And if you want Cruncha and Knuckle, they appear in the Samurai Mech set. But I'm sorry, Whiplash, as cool as you are the only bad guy. It's unfortunate. So, packaging and then final verdict. So I've changed it up a bit, and usually in my normal, usually when I do reviews, I kick off by showing you the box first or the packaging first. But in this case, I decided the box should be shown last just because I've got everything set up. There's no point in shoving the box in front of the camera's face till the very end. So, alright, so again, this is one of the really big boxes. It is, after all, a $100 set. It's one of the big sets, and this is set 70670 with 1,070 pieces, which is actually, I was quite surprised, actually not too much for a set this big. Like, normally, like if you could look at the price to part ratio of 10 cents per piece, then this would make sense. I think in terms of value, they've got this just right in terms of piece count and everything, and the figures you get, great. Of course, there's only one bad guy, which is unfortunate, but apart from that, very, very nice value. And here is the back of the box, showing you basically all the play features. Yes, I just realized now you can detach the dummy and the Fruit Ninja table as separate like models. Showing you more play features here. Right here, showing you the spinners and everything, and then got that reference to the cartoon, the TV show, showing you what the Monastery looks like in the actual TV show. So yeah, so that's the packaging, and of course you get all 4 golden weapons in here, because why not? It makes sense. So final verdict time, let's do it. So in the end, what do I think of this set? It is honestly, from all the Legacy waves, this one has to be my favorite set from the first wave, with the J Stormfighter being my second favorite and the Cold Earth Driller my third favorite. This one looks absolutely awesome, but I don't want to be biased and say, oh yeah, it's the quote-unquote biggest set, so it's the best. Well, really, they put the effort into designing this thing and making it look all nice and everything. They've done a particularly pretty good job with it. I am very, very happy with the way it turned out. I'm just glad that, yeah, it feels really complete. It makes the old model look like a joke for sure. This is a complete upgrade from the model, and I feel like this definitely works out very, very well. Now, the only thing I don't really like about this is, well, the minifigure selection. Why is there only one bad guy? Whiplash. Why like, it kind of feels unfair, because he's the only bad guy, and you've got all the ninjas plus Sensei Wu himself, and he's the only guy sneaking into a monastery which is protected by all the ninjas. So, like, I think I'd rather stick with, you know, the fact that you can detach the front and separate into 2 different pieces. I'd rather do that and then have a bigger variety of skeletons. At least, like, since there's, like, let's see, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 good guys, put like 4 bad guys or something. Like 4 skeletons. Why not? Just 4 skeletons. Maybe throwing Garmadon in the mix. Why not? 4 skeletons plus Garmadon. That would be a much better variety. And yeah, and hopefully that will continue to stay in budget. But apart from that, that's pretty well, and I'm very happy with the design of the monastery. And definitely so much better than the original one. This does the original one justice very well. So I'm gonna give this Monastery of Spinjitzu a solid 9 out of 10. Pretty good. I just don't like the minifigure selection. Apart from that, great model. Highly recommend. Get it before it retires. And well, this or Destiny's Bounty, I don't know. I haven't received Destiny's Bounty yet. Maybe because Destiny's Bounty hasn't been released yet by the time of this recording of this video. The sets have been delayed, so yeah, well, we shall see. But there you go. Now this fully completes all the Ninjago Legacy sets that I've done. So if you haven't seen my other Ninjago Legacy stuff, such as the Thunder Raider, Golden Mech, Golden Dragon, J Stormfighter, I've basically covered every single Legacy set, starting from last year. But most of the stuff I did last year was all building instead of purely reviewing, so it'll be a little different. But yeah, it's still all the sets covered. And of course, If you want to see my other LEGO content, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button in this video if you enjoyed this review. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day, and we'll talk to you again in the next one very, very soon. Bye for now.